The Masters, a tradition unlike any other, as Jim Nantz would say, one of my favorite times of the year, and what a better way to kick things off than with one of my favorite tips as well from Ben Hogan. 5 lessons, so good, past Masters champion. What he talked a lot about was trying to use the lead hand to square the club face and doing it before impact. A lot of my students at Rolling Hills, when they think release, they think of it after impact. However, a lot of times it's way too late. The ball's already been hit, it's already in the air going to the right, and the face is left open. So what I want you to try to feel with this, he has a big picture on his book, 5 lessons, showing a giant hand going from this position, thumb up and back, more thumb down at the ball, knuckles down, rotating, and then continuing on through. If you feel that when you hit, it's gonna make it a lot easier to hit the ball solid, square the face, even lean the shaft, all the good stuff for great ball striking, which is what you're gonna need at Augusta. Exactly what I'm looking for, right at my target, so solid. So remember, Ben Hogan, knuckles down, try that tip. I know it's gonna make you a better ball striker. Thanks for joining us on the Golf Fix, coming to you from the McCord Brown Golf Academy, located at Holiday Inn Club Vacations at Orange Lake Resort. It's Masters Week, and to win at the Masters, there are certain skills that you have to excel in, certain stats that you have to do well in order to win. You have to be able to work the ball better right to left. You got to be able to have great touch around the greens, but first and foremost, you have to hit greens in regulation. Jack Nicklaus called Augusta the quintessential of a second shot golf course, meaning you have to hit greens in regulation. This is something that's so important. Masters champion Jackie Burke Jr. used to say he could take 5 shots off his member scores by simply taking the pins out. What does that mean? Distance control is king. Making sure that you're ending up on the green, whether it's the front, middle, or back, is huge. Tiger used to always say growing up that he was trying to be pin high, and that's what led him to such a successful career. And so let's talk about what helps you hit greens in regulation. It's gonna be a couple things, but first and foremost, distance control. What's gonna control distance? 2 factors. Club face angle at impact and contact. So let's talk about what club face angle does. If I come into the ball and my club face angle is open, even if I'm swinging the exact same speed than if it was square, it's gonna go higher, it's generally gonna go more to the right and shorter. So even if I normally hit my 7-iron 175 yards, if I come in with an open face, it might go 140, 160, kind of depends on how open it is. So what I want you to do as a great drill is to set a noodle up in front of you. You can use an alignment stick underneath that. And how it's gonna work is you're gonna try to get control of the club face. So we're gonna start off by trying to miss the noodle to the right, then miss the noodle to the left, and then actually try to hit the noodle. Super fun game, love doing it with my juniors. And so the first part is we're just trying to make sure we control the face. If we're trying to start this to the right and I come in with a closed face and it goes that way, I obviously didn't control the face very well. So let's start off here. I'm gonna try to start it to the right here. I gotta have a more open club face. That one started a little right, I believe. That looked great. Next one, I'm gonna start a little left. Gotta come in here with more of a closed club face to hit this one to the left. A little bit more to the left on that one. All right, now I'm gonna get behind this one. I gotta aim perfect here. I'm trying to nail this noodle. This guy's going down right now. And if I have a great square face at impact, this noodle is gonna get struck. Just missed it. I'm gonna give it one more shot here. It's a fun game because sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't. Your face has to be so square, but if you can consistently hit this noodle in front of you, you know you have great control over the club face. There we go. Direct hit, bullseye. Had a square face there, exactly what I'm looking for. Super fun game to play and gives you a great sense of where your club face is at impact, which is the moment of truth. So let's say you're starting to come in with a square face, but yet you're still having distance control problems. That means you're just not hitting it in the center of the face. So what you want to do is obviously avoid heavy on the toe or heavy on the heel. And also you don't want it to be fat or thin. That can take away a lot of yardage as well. So starting off, 2 major things. What's the body doing the swing? And then what's the club gonna do in the swing? We're gonna start with the body. So what I want you to do, say you're gonna set up to a ball from about 6 inches away, I want you to put an alignment stick. So about 2 club heads distance. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put your club on your shoulders, get in your posture like you're gonna hit. And then what I want you to try to do is I want you to try to point the club going back and going through at the alignment stick. So we're gonna maintain our tilt here. From my vantage point, it looks like it's pointing at the stick. It might be a little off. Then coming through, I want you also to point the club head at the stick. Now, if the club head's pointing here at the camera way too high, I want to make sure that it's pointed the downward amount that I need, and it's going to match coming through. When people have contact problems, maybe going back, they're rising up too much, maybe coming through, they're dipping too much, but all of that is going to lead to poor control of the low point, poor control of the face, definitely hard to hit the ball solid. Now, let's say the body's moving correctly, but the club path is bad. I absolutely love this drill. It just kind of gives you a guide for where to come down. You're gonna build a little swing plane station for you. So what I want you to do is I want you to put an alignment stick pretty much the same angle as your club, a little bit behind the shaft, and then a little bit also in front of the shaft. And so this is gonna create a little corridor for you to swing through. So you can kind of see that there, going back, coming down, going back, coming down. And then I also want you to do that on the front end. So you're gonna be able to feel, you know, if you're about to hit this outside stick, you know that you're coming a little bit too over the top or a little bit too outside, and then vice versa, coming through, if you're gonna hit the outside one here, you're probably swinging too out. So we're trying to match these to the best of our ability. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but we're gonna create this little swing plane station. I would highly recommend you do a few without a ball first, just to kind of get the feel here. So I'm gonna go back, down, kind of pump a few times, impact, go through, and really try to get a good feel for where I want to swing. Once you get the hang of that, you can put a ball down, try to feel the same thing, take your setup, I'm gonna adjust these just a little bit, and then go ahead and hit. So right between them, right over my target line, exactly what I'm looking for. And you can start off with them a little further away. They don't have to be super tight. You can give yourself some leeway. Even film it on your phone to kind of see how much space you have, but the tighter they get, the better your path will get, and the more solid you'll hit the shot. So we've got your club face covered. That's gonna affect distance control. We got the contact good now with these stations. If you have a great club face and impact and you're hitting it solid, you will hit more greens.